Well, these days just about everyone has a cell phone, and it's hard to imagine getting through the day without it.
But not many of us think about the information cell phone carriers are gathering about us, even when you're not using your phone, and just how that data can be used.
News 3's Tukwon Mak digs deeper into the privacy issues and why experts say all of your personal information is really up for grabs.
Cell phones long ago ceased to be a luxury and became something we can't leave home without. But even when your device is idle or off, it's sending information about your location to a cell phone tower every 7 seconds. But access to that information isn't limited to your cell phone carrier.
Police and the government can use that ping to track your whereabouts. There is no expectation of privacy in carrying that cell phone.
Savannah attorney Bates Lovett with Hunter McLean says carriers can give out this information without your knowledge or permission, and in some cases without a court order.
They can pull your text messages. They can pull your search history. Those are the types of data and information that they're being able to pull off now. That again, they don't always need a warrant for.
U.S. cell phone companies are now getting more demands for your data than ever before. 9 U.S. carriers responding to questions from a Massachusetts congressman reported getting more than 1.3 million requests for data from law enforcement in 2011 alone.
There's no denying cell phone data is useful and often essential for investigators working to solve crimes. But privacy advocates question whether law enforcement is being allowed too much leeway with what should be protected information.
They're actually just going after one person, but they end up getting information on everybody who had been around a cell phone tower during a certain amount of time. So even though they're only investigating one person, they now have information on hundreds or thousands of people.
Experts say the problem is the law hasn't kept up with technology.
That's certainly an issue that legislatures are taking into consideration now, is what level of requirement must the government go through to get that type of information.
A bill called the GPS Act that would require warrants for the data stalled in the U.S. Senate. Representative Jack Kingston says he believes it's time for Congress to act.
There should be a very high firewall in terms of personal information and what can be done with that information, who gathers that information, who sells, who buys that information.
Until regulations are in place, remember that what you do with your cell phone is more public than you think.
Your expectation of privacy and what you and I would think of as private is just not the same thing as what the government thinks of as privacy.
Privacy, the price of technology at your fingertips. Tukwon Mak, WSAV News 3.
Many of the cell phone carriers that responded to the congressional inquiry don't keep track of the law enforcement requests they reject, so the number of requests for data is actually more than estimated. A study by the ACLU found that some carriers have manuals for police that explain what data the companies store, how investigators can obtain the data, and how much it would cost.